Today we're going to be talking about shadow people. A shadow person is kind of like a ghost, but a little bit different. Now, the legend of shadow people has been around pretty much since the beginning of time. Shadow people are usually seen when you wake up in the middle of the night. They have the shape of a man, but they don't have any of the features. They're basically all black. They appear out of nowhere, and they can disappear in a second. They can dart from one corner of the room to the other. Sometimes it feels like they're not even walking, they're just floating. And sometimes they can crawl up onto your bed, sit on your chest, and stare at you. But because they don't have any eyes, it's even scarier. It's just a figure right in front of your face. Some people think the reason that shadow people are here is to watch us or guard us, kind of like a guardian angel. Others believe it's a little bit darker. Now, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have talked about witnessing shadow people. They have written blogs about it. They have had video interviews about it. There's been documentaries about it. And all their stories are kind of the same. They wake up in the middle of the night. They look out of the corner of their eye. They see something standing there. When they see it, they are frozen in fear. They can't move, their heart starts to race, they feel like they can't speak, they can't breathe. All they can do is stare at the shadow and hope to God it goes away. And then they close their eyes as hard as they can, open it back up again, and it's gone. Now, some people have said that the shadow person they see is wearing a large hat. People believe that the hatted figure is more evil, is not here to protect you, is not here to watch you, it is here to get something from you. In some cases, people have seen this hatted figure so much that they don't want to sleep, so they take caffeine pills. Some of them have ended up in institutions because they can't deal with it. And a lot of doctors think it's a medical disorder, or maybe it's our eyes playing tricks on us, but honestly, I don't think that's what it is. Here's one man's experience. It was 1995. I was in bed, asleep, when I felt my torso moving slightly up and down. When I awoke, I saw a shadow on top of me, straddling me. I looked at it. It had no features or gender, just a silhouette of a person. It was pitch black. I glanced really fast around the room, trying to compare it to the darkness that was around me, but nothing could match it. When I focused back at it, it leaned forward, stared at me face to face. I turned my head to one side and screamed as loud as I could. All the dogs started barking. At the same time, it sat upright and lunged into my chest. At that moment, I prayed so hard. Then the figure was gone. Since then, I've had no reoccurrence. Now, obviously, there's not much video evidence of shadow people because, people can't just grab a camera in the middle of the night. There was one video I found of a shadow person walking through a store in the middle of the day. Now listen, I don't know how real this is, but it's interesting nonetheless, so check it out. I don't know. I know it looks kind of fake, but it still makes me really creeped out. But the videos I am going to show you today are more related to something called sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon where people are either falling asleep or just waking up, and they aren't able to move. They can't speak, they can't react, they're literally stuck in their body. But their mind is working, and they're awake, they can hear what's going on around them. So if you've never experienced this, imagine you're sleeping, and then you start to wake up, and you open your eyes, and you see your room, and you're like, okay, time to get up for the day, but you can't move. And you're trying to move as hard as you can, and you're trying to move your fingers, but you can't move your fingers, and you're trying to scream, but you can't scream, you're trying to tell somebody to wake you up, but they can't wake you up. It's honestly the most terrifying thing I've ever felt in my entire life, and I get it like 4 times a week. Now, some doctors say that you could get it more if you suffer from anxiety, if you sleep on your back, if you have a bad sleeping schedule, like if you fall asleep during the day. Whatever it is, I get it a lot. Here's one man showing his experience and showing what he looks like while he's going through it. Check it out.
And look at my leg, it's twitching, so I'm starting to wake up, but my eyes aren't open just yet. And so you're going to also start to hear my breathing become more and more labored as I start to panic, basically. And I'm trying to make noise. You can see me shaking just a little bit, my fingers going, keep an eye on the fingers, and my head as well starts to twitch. I'm trying to speak or call out to the nurses, but it's just coming out as a kind of a snorting snore. There's my finger moving, and my eyes are open now, and you're going to start to see my head try and move. There you go. And this is what it looks like, kind of like a seizure. And you can see my eyes going, and I'm just getting more and more panicked. And then finally, and then it's over. And one last burst of energy, it's gone.
And that's exactly how it is.